Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to solve the longest common subsequence problem. So here the question is given two strings text1 and text2, return the length of their longest common subsequence. If there is no common subsequence, return 0. So here they have mentioned what is the subsequence meaning. So subsequence of a string is a new string generated from the original string with some characters, can be none, deleted without changing the relative order of the remaining characters. For example, ACE is a subsequence of ABCDE. So here they have mentioned subsequence is a string of new string generated from the original string. So if you observe here, original string is ABCDE. In the original string, uh, from the original string, this ACE got generated. And it can be like if we deleted without changing the relative order of the remaining characters. Let's say like if we delete B and E, sorry, B and if we delete B and D, then we have the ACE and the order is same. So this is the main thing, like we can't change the relative order. If the relative order is same, then only we can say it's a common subsequence. So in this case, a common subsequence of two strings is a subsequence that is common to both strings. So in the example one, A, B, C, D, E and A, C. If we interchange this A, E and C, then it's not be a common subsequence. So that's why here in this case A, B, C, D, E and A, C, E, the longest common subsequence is A, C, E and its length is 3. Now in the text second example, both strings are same like original and generated one. That's why common subsequence is ABC and its length is 3. And in the third example, both are different. There are no matching letters. That's why output is 0. To solve this problem, we have to follow the 2D dynamic programming approach. So without jumping into the coding part, let's try to fill the DP table. So here I am trying to fill the DP table for this one. So first row is 0 and after that A, B, C, D, E and here first column is 0. After that our substring A, B and C. This is our DP table, writing the indices for this one. So this is always 0. 0th index, first index, second index, third index, fourth index, and this is fifth index. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. So now we'll try to fill the elements here. So first rule is we have to fill 0th row and 0th columns with the zeros. After that one, if the matching element is there, we need to check for its diagonal element and need to do increment 1. Here this A and this A both are same, right? Here we got the match. So what we have to do, we need to increment along by adding this diagonal element. So that is the basic rule. Rule number 1, if my both characters are, let's say like S1 of I and S2 of I both got matched, then what I have to do, I need to increment with the diagonal element. Here diagonal element, let's say like here my ij values are 1. So what I have to check for, I need to check for 0, 0. That's why we just need to check for the diagonal element. So in this case 1 plus 0. So the answer is 1. And this is the matching condition. In the matching condition, we need to we need to check for diagonal elements. But here if you see like in the next element, so here element is here is A and this is B. So in this case, it is a mismatch. So in this mismatch, here what we have to concentrate is like we need to take the maximum of either maximum between above and its left. So if we take like maximum between above and left here in this case max of 0 comma 1 which is 1. So we need to fill the this cell with the 1 only. So in this case the formula is like, let's say like if this is the if condition, it's a matching condition. In the else, like what we have to write, like my dp of ij, if it's a not match, this is simple, right? Either in this case, what are the indices like 1 comma 2. So we need to check for either 0, this index, this cell indices values are 0 comma 2, and for left it is 1 comma 1. Means like 0 comma 2 means this is max of dp of either I minus 1j or dp of I comma j minus 1. So we need to take either upper or left, max of in between both. So that's why here the value is 1. So if we go further, um, here also like A and C, it is a mismatch. So again we need to check upper or left, which is the max we need to write here. So that is 1. So now after that, like for A it's done. Now for we have to go with the B. So for B, like B and A mismatch. So we need to check again like upper or its left. Whatever is the max we need to fill. And again, if you see like B and B and B it's a match. So what we have to do? We need to check for diagonal. If it's a match, we need to check for diagonal and we need to add it to 1. That's why here 1 plus already it's 1 is there. That's why value is 2 here. Now B with the C mismatch. So now what we have to do? We need to check for upper or its left. So in between, which is the highest, we need to write that one. So 2. After that again C came, C and A. So check for upper and its left, which is the max. We need to write that one. So here it is. The value is 1. Let me write in the same color. So here the value is 2 and here the value is 1. Upper and which is the highest, we need to write it 1. And after that again C and B. C and B again mismatch. So again we need to check for upper and its left, which is the highest. We need to fill that one. So in this case it is 2. And after that C and C. C and C, it's a match. So what we have to do? We have to go with the uh, diagonal and we need to increment the value. That's why here the value is 3. So after that, what we have to do? We need to do the traversal for D. So in D case, again like upper, because it's a D and A mismatch, that's why upper and it's here. So we need to fill with the highest. In between 1 0, highest is 1. After that D and B, again it's mismatch for element and it's left. So highest is here 2. And after that D and C again mismatch. So again we need to pick the maximum of upper or its left. That's why value is 3. After that E came. So E for E and A again mismatch. So again we need to check for up and its left. So the value is 1. And after that E and B again mismatch. So again we need to check. So again max is 2. And after that for C, E and C again mismatch, we need to check and we need to fill the max. So we need to return the last cell value. So here in this case, like last cell is the dp of 5 comma 3. So this is our output. This is our common subsequence length. So which is 3. So I hope you understood how to fill the DP table properly. So there are only like consider like 3 key rules. One is like we need to fill our 0th row and 0th column to 0. And after that, if there is a element match, like then we need to check the diagonal element I minus 1, j minus 1, and we need to increment the value 1, or else we need to take the maximum of either its upper element or its left side element. In between, whichever is the max, with that element we need to fill. So that is the basic fund of filling the DP table. And to solve with after filling the DP table, automatically like at the end element having the common subsequence length. So let's quickly code for this problem. So here, first I am taking my string 1 length is text1 dot size and string 2 length is text2 dot size. So now what we have to do, we need to take one 2D array, 2D DP array, like we can select vector. So we are considering like one array, one row extra and one column extra, right? For 0th element. So we are taking that one, and we need to take the as it's 2D vector. So we need to take s2 underscore len plus 1 by default with the 0. Like typically it's a 2D matrix, right? That's why. Yeah. So now we'll start the I from 1 and I less than n. N means here s1 underscore len I plus plus as we are starting from this one, like s1 underscore len and for int j equals to 1, j less than or equals to s2 underscore len j plus plus. So the basic rule is like if we are starting from I and j from 1, so I'm comparing with the I minus 1 and I minus 1 with the s2 of j minus 1. So if it's match, what we have to do? We have to update our dp of ij with the by checking the diagonal. dp of ij equals to 1 plus diagonal elements, which is I minus 1 and j minus 1. So this is the matching case. If else, what we have to do? We need to fill with the either by taking the max of either its upper element, which is I minus 1j, or its left element, dp of I j minus 1. So this is the non-matching case. So finally, like after traversing everything, what we need to return? We need to return dp of s1 underscore len and s2 underscore len. So it is holding our maximum length. So let's quickly run the code. Uh, Use of undeclared identifier s1. Okay. So here our string names are not s1, text1, and here this one is the text2. Now we'll run. So now our solution got accepted. Let's try to submit this one. Yeah, all cases got passed. I hope you understood the problem clearly. If you like the video, please do subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.